Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for the GMAT. We have been solving GMAT math problems out of this book here, GMAT Review, the official guide, the 13th edition. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problem that we are about to solve is the one that you will find on page number 156. Page 156, today is our lesson number 37, and the problem that we are about to solve is number 35, the very last problem on page 156. Question is, what is the square root of 16 times 20 plus 8 times 32? Now obviously there are a couple of ways you can go about it. One way, of course, is what I would call the brute force. What I mean by brute force is where one does not have any strategy, one does not have any technique, one simply sits there and figures out what is 16 times 20 and what is 8 times 32 manually, adds up the two numbers and finds the square root of it. That's what I would call the brute force. You can go about doing that, but that's very time consuming. Let's learn a technique, shall we? Whenever you see questions of this nature, obviously they're not trying to see how fast you can multiply and add and subtract. That is not what they're trying to say here. They're looking to see if you have some strategy, if you have some technique, how well you can think. That's what they're trying to say here. They're not measuring the extent of your brute force. Do you understand? So here's what we go. We have 16 times 20. First of all, I'm going to get rid of the square root sign first. It's annoying. We're going to deal with the square root sign at the end, okay? So we have 16 times 20 plus 8 times 32, which of course is same as 16 times 20 plus 16 times, you see this 32 here, this 32 here can be written as 2 times 16. Why not? Which of course is same as 16 times 16. So here we have 16 times 20 and here we have 16 times 16. We can take out the 16 common. The 16 here can be taken out common. Let me change this marker. This is annoying. I don't know why it's not dark. I keep picking up different ones and they all. So if we take out the 16 common, from here we are left with 20. This is the same bloody thing. What the? This is 16. We take out 16 common, we are left with 20, not 16. From the first part we are left with 20, and from the second part we took out the 16 common, so we are left with this 16 right here. It's just like if you have a times b plus b times c, which of course is same as b times a plus c. You take out the b common. B times A gives you back the AB and B times C gives you back the BC. That's all. So that's it, we're done. So it's 16 times 20 plus 16 is 36. And now of course we are ready to take the square root of the bloody thing. Taking the square root of the bloody thing is very simple because square root of 16 is 4, the square root of 36 is 6. That's it, that's your answer. What, want to do one more? Let's do one more, shall we? Let's do it here. One more, the bonus one. Here we go. 25 times 3 plus 50 times 3, and of course the square root of it. So this was also, they were asking for square root of it, we would have had square root everywhere. I just didn't bother with it. Again, this question actually is so simple, obviously because I made it up, it's a bit childish here, but because it's so simple, then one can very easily do it with the brute force. It doesn't take too much. 50 times 3 is 150, 150 plus 75 is 225, and of course we know the square root of 225 is 15. It's very simple. But let's learn the technique so that if you come across something complicated, you can use this technique. And the technique of course is to break it up somehow. Let's see what we can do here. 15 times 3, somehow if you can make this into 25, that'll be wonderful. Which is same as 15 times 6. 50 times 6, 50 times 3 is same as 25 times 6. You take the 2 from the 50 and give it to this guy, becomes 6, and this becomes 25. So now we have 25 common. Take out the 25 common and you're left with 3 plus 6, which is of course same as 25 times 9. And once you arrive at that stage, taking the square root of that is a cinch. You just multiply 5 times 3, and of course we already knew the answer was 15. That was no surprise to us. Understand? Want to do one more? Let's do one more. Let's do it on this. Let's do it on this side here. Nine times 5 plus 18 times 10. Now this will be a good time for you to pause the video and do it yourself. Do it yourself. Once you figure it out, then resume the video and see what happens. That will be a good thing to do. Alright? Gives me also a chance to take a sip. Alright, let's do it then. Again, we have to make this into a 9. So this is same as 9 times 5 plus 9 times 20. You can clearly see now that 20 and we can clearly see now that this 5 and this 20 is going to give us a 25 we're looking for. Well, we're not looking for 25, but we're looking for some perfect square. So this is same as 9 times 5 plus 20, which is same as 9 times 25, and of course we can take a square root of it, which is going to be 3 times 5 is 15. Oh, this is also comes out to be 15. I wonder why. 18 times 10 is 180. Okay? 180 plus 45. This is 45. 180, which is this part right here, plus 45. What do you know? This is also 225, and of course square root of 225 is 15, just like here, 150 plus 75. What I'm going to do now is give you four more to work on your own as a homework, and then you and I are going to work on it in the next video, in tomorrow's video, shall we? Okay, here is your homework for tomorrow's then. There's going to be 4 of them, if you're interested. In tomorrow's video, which is going to be day number 39, we're just going to call it 35 bonus. Because it's obviously based on the format of the question number 35. So here are the homeworks. 49 times 33 plus 7 times 21, and of course the square root of it. Let's call it A. Number 2, 25 times 2 plus 50 times 7. Square root of that. Number 3, C, 8 times 22 plus 16 times 70. Number 3, and finally D, which is 28 times 12 plus 32 times 2. And square root of that. That is our homework for tomorrow. We're going to work on these questions tomorrow. I want to make sure that before I stop, I want to make sure that I didn't make any boo-boo. So we're going to reread it together. 28 times 12 plus 32 times 2, 8 times 22 plus 16 times 70, 25 times 2 plus 50 times 7, 49 times 33 plus 7 times 21. Voila. I will see you tomorrow, okay? Bye now.